The president's son appearing in an Arkansas courtroom today in a long-running paternity case. The mother of one of Hunter Biden's children asking a judge to hold him in contempt and send him to jail. Chief Washington correspondent Blake Burman is live at the White House. Blake, what happened in court today?
Well, I want to show you the scene, Nichole, outside of a Independence County Circuit Court that's in Batesville, Arkansas, about an hour and a half north and a little bit to the east of Little Rock. You can see in the video here Hunter Biden being escorted into that courtroom via a small motorcade. The president's son was actually ordered to appear there by a judge as a result of a paternity dispute. But this also has morphed into more legal questions regarding his finances. Now, here's the backstory. Last year, he asked for payments to be reduced to the mother of his biological daughter, which then reopened the door into a look at his finances, including his tax issues. Why is that important? Well, the Department of Justice has a long-running investigation into Hunter Biden's taxes. We should note, of course, Biden has never been officially accused of any wrongdoing. The judge today did rule, though, that Hunter Biden will have to answer more questions about his finances. He will have to sit for a deposition next month in June for that case. Now, back here in Washington, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee, Nichole, will certainly have their eye on what potentially comes out of that, as they have an investigation into what they describe as the Biden family finances, Nichole.
And Blake, there's a connection to Trump in all of this.
There is. The Trump White House. So the plaintiff in this case is being represented by an attorney named Clint Lancaster. Clint Lancaster was one of the attorneys for the Trump campaign who was looking into the recount and the issues in Wisconsin during the 2020 campaign in the election, essentially trying to get the results overturned and changed there. The Twitter page, at least in his name, shows that he has views supportive of the former president and critical of the current one, of course, that being Hunter Biden's father. Now, Lancaster is also trying to use former Trump White House aide Garrett Ziegler as an expert witness in this paternity case due to what he allegedly knows about the contents of Hunter Biden's once missing laptop. Nichole.
All right, Blake, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.